Brace yourself for an earth-quaking shock. Nothing you have ever seen, nothing you have ever felt could prepare you for this colossus of entertainment.
The Double D.
We're back on. It's Friday. TJ.
It is Friday.
Big Friday show. I can't believe we just banged out three big shows.
It's Sunday.
We just banged out.
What are you talking about? It's Sunday.
Well, it's the Friday show, Vinny.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's the Friday show.
You're right.
You really forgot?
No.
You really forgot that it's Friday?
No. I just want to make sure Jack's presence was felt.
Oh, okay. Thanks. We got a guest in the studio. I turned you down. Is that better?
Super loud.
Better? Is it lower?
For me, it is. He might have.
Oh.
A little bitch.
Lower? We're good? I turned it way down. It's way down now. Is that better?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure our guest is comfortable. We don't get high-profile guests in here.
You're just loud.
Today we have it.
You're just loud.
You know what? I am a little loud. I did get a little loud there, Vinny. I apologize for that. Jesus. Vinny is miserable today. Did you notice that?
Hey, fuck you, Jagoff.
Well, he's only at the 5 beer mark, so once
we
he's
got
around
good
6,
company
he'll be
here
all right.
today. We're supposed to be on good behavior.
I like him already.
I'm good with the company, just not you.
I just want to do a show with Vinny.
My man.
I like him.
My man. See,
Well,
That's it.
we got a big guest in studio today.
I know.
I mean, before
That's
I
because
introduce him,
I'm a
let's.
pretty big guy. I'm a fat dude.
Where's
You
my?
fit right in.
I lost my
there.
Ric Flair music. Oh, jeez. See,
yeah,
I already
yeah.
shit the bed. I was gonna play big Ric Flair music and big build up to
Love
the introduction, and I failed.
Yeah, what you said.
Break the glass on yourself.
I get a F for today.
Good.
We got a
On Friday.
yes. It's for
F
those
for
listening live in the studio. It's Sunday.
At the
we
Brookline?
appreciate that. At the Brookline Pub, 734 Brookline Boulevard. Why are you fucking me up already? Jesus. I got to introduce our guest, okay?
Please, do
Thanks. Excuse me. Sorry.
that. Jagoff.
Excuse me. This guy is everywhere. He's very, very busy guy. He's an actor. I think I've even seen him in commercials. He's a comedian. He's touring all over the country right now. He's also won Pittsburgh Magazine's Best Comic not only once, but this would be the third time that he's won it.
Wow, impressive.
I did my
Impressive.
research.
I don't know how that even works, actually.
I don't know. And he's the host of the Grown Dad Business Podcast. Let's welcome to the Double D Show, Aaron Klieber.
My man.
What's up? I'm glad I can finally make it.
This is Flashback Friday, too, so I'm going to play an old clip of Aaron for Flashback Friday.
What is this?
I got it from TV.
Oh, shit.
There's nothing of you like on YouTube, so this
Yeah,
is
because I want you to see
this
me
is
live.
old. Right.
If you're not on YouTube, you're doing the damn thing.
That's how you get your business.
I
That's
don't
how
got
you
time for that shit. I don't got time to edit all these clips of me. And
But this was cool because it was at Gotham, and Jim Brewer brought you on stage, which is freaking awesome.
yeah.
Here, let's do that, and then we'll do a little interview, and we'll hang out for the show.
Wait a minute, you're
I
smiling.
love comedy. I love comedy clubs. Because it's the perfect date night. Yeah, it is. It is. What are you married? And shut up. You don't get it. You don't understand. I'm a married dude. Where's all the married people? Look how excited. Look. Yeah, you see how excited they are? This is a special night, okay? They're going to have sex with the lights on tonight. This is, guys, it's an important night, guys. They've been planning this for 4.5 months. You don't get it. I see a lot of young sweetie pies in here. You don't know nothing. Are you kidding me? We're all the daters, all you sweetie pie daters. Shut up. You guys still touching each other's privates? That's adorable. Still making out in the Target parking lot for no damn reason. Just kissing for no damn reason. It's not even your anniversary and you're just kissing in the parking lot. What's the matter with you? Just go get your shower
It's
curtain. Knock
100%
that shit
true.
off.
Well, what's nice is
That was great. It's 100% true.
Dude, it's so funny because a lot of comedians, you hate listening to your own stand-up.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, the first thing I haven't listened to that in like a year, and because I did it like 3 years ago.
yeah,
And,
it was a pretty old clip.
Yeah, and then I listened to it, and I'm like, man, I had 9 minutes, and I wasted it on a minute and a half of crowd work. What the fuck am I doing? Like, what? Like, I'm automatically critiquing something I did a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like that too.
But you know what's good about it? Fresh material. It's old to you, so
Oh, absolutely.
you're current.
Oh, because someone will say, "Oh, do that couch bit you did on TV," and I'm like, I don't even remember it. I don't even.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't even.
We talk about that all the time, right, Tom?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's guys that you see, and it's the same. I could do their act verbatim.
Sure,
you
yeah.
know, and then there's guys you see, and it's fresh every time, which is great. And then there's guys that they have like the free. I call it the free bird. That they use that's their go-tos, and they mix.
Right.
They remix other stuff in through their act, which I love it. I saw you. You were at the Improv with John Heffron.
Oh yeah. When what was
it was
that?
like about
last
a year
summer?
ago. Yeah, it was about
last
a year
summer,
ago.
yeah.
And
Because the last year or two, now I'm only there maybe once or twice a year.
Because you're always out of town now, which is
now
awesome.
and now I headline weekends at the Improv now too, and you don't want
Right.
people to come see you headline,
Right.
So I don't want to be at the Improv and then them come see me do 25 minutes. You know
Right.
what I mean? I want them to buy a ticket and see me do an hour.
Right.
Supply and demand.
But what was awesome is we got those tickets we went to see Artie.
Oh yeah.
And Artie was so fucked up.
I heard
his
about this.
nose was bleeding in the middle of his set. He was 20 minutes late.
One of my good friends, he used to be the sound guy at the Improv. His name's Dom Shuck. He runs some shows for like Epicast. He runs shows up in Arlington and Mount Washington, and he would always text me like how things were going at the club. I'd be like, oh, what's going? Who's up tonight? Who's opening? And he just texted me, he goes, yo, you're missing it. Artie Lang is so fucked up and coked up. His nose is bleeding, and he don't even know it. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Send me pictures.
He was leaning on the brick wall at one point.
Oh shit!
And he was like, when he would realize that it was like crickets in the room, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, this one time on the Stern show." He would always bring up Stern when he would try to get things back. But long story short, how I ended up at your show, which I'm glad the Improv gave us a ton of ticket, like 3 different shows to make up for Artie.
Right.
So
right.
I would have never
Oh, that's cool.
found out who you were or anything. So that was when I became an Aaron Klieber fan.
Yeah.
Was that day because
nice.
We were with a group of people, and Holly Price was the MC,
right,
and you were the feature, and it was great because we kept saying that you guys were better than the head. John's great, but your sets were more relatable to the group that I was with.
Yeah.
And we loved it.
And too, like I always like to like put an asterisk because people say that a lot. People will say like, oh, the feature's so much better than the headliner. Let me tell you something. Being in the middle, doing 20 minutes when you have somebody do 10 minutes ahead of you to warm up the crowd, get everybody to shut the fuck up. That's what the MC's job is. It's the bullet spot. That's why we call it the bullet spot, because you got to go up and take a bullet if the crowd sucks. Yeah. Like, you got to go up and talk to silence, and then by the time the feature gets up there, then they're like, oh yeah, there's a show going on. And so I always say, like, the feature spot is the spot in comedy because it's so easy. Yeah. Because you only have to do 20, 25 minutes. You have somebody quiet the crowd down and get them warmed up. And it's very early in the show, so I always take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But thanks.
Yeah, no, we.
But you hear that all the time, and I try to tell people, like, school people on being a comedy fan. Not you particularly, but people are like, oh, you're so much better than a headliner. I'm like, well, shit, I had it easy. I had the bases loaded cleanup bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was the material. You're both Holly's is kind of like a female version of your perspective from you, and you guys complimented each other nice, and it was relatable to the entire group. I was with a bunch of baseball moms and dads.
Yeah,
and,
right.
We all related to the dad humor.
Well, that's what it is, man. I mean, and I've had success in finding people that like my comedy because even if you don't have kids, You know what I mean? You have parents, you have siblings, you have nieces, nephews. I mean, shit, I have lesbians that like me. I don't know why. I don't know what lesbian couples love me. I don't know. They're adopting. I don't know. They're experiencing that. I don't know. But it's just, I think something that family just kind of resonates with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and luckily that's what I decided to start talking about.
Yeah.
After I had my second kid. It was like,
you know what I'm going to say to you? For him to say he really likes you, that's a lot coming out of that big motherfucker. And he's Slim Shady now. You know what I mean? That's a lot coming out of him.
And to remember from a year ago, I can't even remember yesterday.
I have a good memory.
Yeah,
I used to play the dumb guy on the radio. I'm pretty smart.
When are you going to start playing the smart guy?
That's your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. Thanks, man.
I'm waiting for that smart guy to come out still.
We're still waiting.
Yeah.
But let's. I always ask the comics when they come in, what's your like origin? Do you have a cool origin story? Some guys have phenomenal ones, and then like
I have a very loaded story.
Yeah.
So you be more specific. How do you mean origin story?
Like
because
when you got started, like your first time on stage, like what made you get there?
Well, here's what happened. I was doing everything other than stand-up.
Yeah, okay.
From about 16 to 28 for about 10 to 12 years. I mean, I was making independent films.
Nice.
I
What
started
kind of films?
Yeah, I started off as a filmmaker. If you guys know Chris Prexta and Kurt Wooten, who is Pittsburgh Dad.
Right.
Well, they're longtime friends of mine. Chris Prexta, who created Pittsburgh Dad with Kurt, we're high school buddies.
Oh, wow.
We're high school best friends. I used to sleep over his house, and we used to make movies together. And we used to make little sketches and films together, and we all met we met Kurt Wooten, Pittsburgh Dad, back in the year like 2001, because we made our first independent movie called Captain Blasto, and you can see
I've heard of that.
Yeah, you can see the whole thing cut up now into like episodes on YouTube. Just you search Captain Blasto, you can find all 10 episodes of Captain Blasto. We cut a 2-hour movie into 10 episodes.
Oh, cool. Have they tried to sell it? Have you guys tried to sell it out?
That was 10 years ago. That was 15 years ago. I mean, oh god,
with the Netflix world and everything.
Oh
you
no,
never know.
It's the quality. It's not in widescreen. I mean, I mean, we're talking. We shot this in 2001. It is now 2017.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel real fucking old. But no, that's we made our first independent film. We went to Point Park together, and you got a minute, right? Because you asked for an origin story. Because this is
Point Park.
This is good. This is why we bring you in.
We went to Point Park together, and Chris was 1 year older than me, and both of us were kind of really bored by film school, especially in 1999 when I went into film school for film and acting. I went in for like a dual major. All the acting was Shakespeare and theater, and I wanted to be Bill Murray. I wanted to be. I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to be Chris Farley. I wanted to be Martin Lawrence. I loved In Living Color and Saturday Night Live. That's what I wanted. So when I went to college for acting, and they're like, let's talk about, The Tempest, and I'm like, this is fucking lame. Like this is, I don't want to memorize Shakespeare. Like I want to be a comedic actor. And so we kind of both left film school, and we went and we're like, well, let's just instead of doing film school, let's just learn on our own and make our own independent film. And that's what we did. We raised almost $7,000.
Wow.
When Lowe's Theater just opened at the waterfront, we kind of compiled all of our short films that we made in high school and college, in our first year of college, and we basically made a night like, hey, here's all our short films, and we sold tickets for $10, and we made $7,000. We sold out.
Wow.
Nice.
And so, that's how we fundraised. It was before, like, going online and being like, can you give me money to make my movie?
That's what Super Troopers did. It's coming out 4/20.
I know. Well, they've been talking about that for... Last time I worked with Lemmy and Heffernan, they were talking about Super Troopers 2 like 5 years ago.
Wow.
So it finally is happening, so that's good.
They crowdsourcing the whole movie. So
that's that's a whole nother subject to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm like, crowdsourcing is a weird thing. Especially since I worked my ass off to kind of, I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic.
Okay. Sorry to distract you.
No, it's a weird thing.
I love real.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I want to start a business. Give me the money to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially what it is. It doesn't make sense. Like, if I'm like, hey, I want to start a construction company, everybody give me $10 so I can start my own company. nah, man, that's not how shit works.
No.
Like, that don't make sense.
I'm glad you figured
If
that
you-
out.
if
Some
you-
other people.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe artistic endeavors are a little bit different, and I know, there's things, people get incentives for, giving money for artistic projects and everything, but whatever. Anyway, but we kind of raised the money. We had a fundraiser, and we made a 2-hour film. We made it all summer long. I mean, I was in between college and running a landscape construction company, and we made a independent film, and that's how we met Kurt Wooten. Kurt Wooten actually just graduated from WVU, and he came up, and he was just this blonde, spiky hair, bleach tip, like frat boy. Like we were like, who is this
Can't imagine him
douchebag
looking like that.
Yeah, I know. He was just like he looked like
if you
this.
see him outside of the Pittsburgh Dad
Oh yeah,
gimmick, I sat next to him in a bar. I didn't even know it was him.
yeah. But that was the first look we looked at him, and we always laugh about this when we first met him. He comes up from WVU looking like this frosted tip frat boy, and we get to know him, and he's like, we're talking about Star Wars and nerdy shit, and we're like, dude, this dude is pretty cool, and he's funny. And so he became the villain in Captain Blasto, and that's when we met Kurt Wooten. That's how long we've known him.
That's cool.
Yeah, we made an independent film in 2001, and he's, and then he moved to L.A., and he was in L.A. for like 6 years, and I slept on his couch in L.A. when we were doing film festivals and visiting Warner Brothers and Disney. So yeah, Captain Blasto has made the gamut of table things and meetings and.
You know where you lost me at?
Where?
Landscaping. I could not picture you being a landscaper.
I owned my own landscape construction company for 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I like making money.
Yeah.
And I've been making money since I was 10. So cutting grass, shoveling snow. When I turned 18, I incorporated it and had a landscape.
So how did the stand-up come into play?
I know, right?
Well,
that's this is why the origin story. When you're like, so be
I
specific.
love this stuff though.
But so I did. I'll go faster. I've done this a couple times.
It's okay.
But no, we did that, and we were more into filmmaking and performing, and Chris is a writer and director. And then in 2005, we made another film called A Great Disturbance. You can watch that whole thing on my YouTube page. It's a mockumentary. We were basically inspired by Christopher Guest movies like Best in Show and The British Office and things like that. And it's basically follows Star Wars fans, these made-up Star Wars fans.
Okay.
They're characters. It's basically Borat before Borat, except cameras followed around fake Star Wars fans at a real convention. And Chris and I played these fake people. And we interacted with thousands of real people.
Where can you get that? Off your YouTube page?
It's on my YouTube page, A Great Disturbance. You can find it there. So we did that, and then we did more festivals, and this is what kind of led me into more of like, you know what, I want to be an entertainer. I worked with teenagers. I ran a landscape construction company. Yeah, I was a youth pastor for 5 years. I did everything.
That's a curveball right there. That is
I know,
a
man.
curveball right there.
That's why it's like when you say origin story, you're like, which part do you want to know? Because there's like the whole.
This is a good one.
There's
you could.
There could be a 5-hour biography, or
Right. When it's all said and done, you have a pretty interesting book that you could write.
Yeah, man. Maybe in 20 years, if people care enough that I write a book, it's going to be pretty. There's a lot of things to remember, and how many jobs and ways I made money in my 20s was a lot. Just to make it happen, and all of it came around to me wanting to just entertain people and make people laugh. You know what I mean? And so I was doing sketch, I was doing improv, I was making short films, making independent feature films, and I decided, like, you know what I want to do is I want to be an entertainer, and film school wasn't going to do it, so I decided to start taking classes at Second City in Chicago. And while I was working as I actually went over into marketing. I was creative marketing promotions director at Sandcastle for 2 years.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, I've done everything. I've fibbed my way into every kind of job I've ever had. Well, no, I've been really good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I just figured out a way to make a couple bucks off of things. You know what I mean?
Good bullshitter, right?
Yeah, right. I'm an actor. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's how you get there, though.
Yeah, right. I mean, so I went to Second City in Chicago and drove back and forth and took classes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it blew my mind, and it made me really realize, like, I'm going to be a comedian for a living. Like, I want to make people laugh.
There's big names. Farley went there.
Yeah,
wasn't Robin Williams there too?
No,
not
no. Robin Williams. No, a lot of SNL people.
Yeah.
Belushi, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. But So I went back and forth there and kind of took a la carte classes. I never really took the full 2.5-year program, but I just kind of took about 6 or 7 different classes, and then one of my friends asked me if I wanted to audition for Wild and Out. They needed a fat white dude, so
nice.
So holler at your boy. But I found out that they wanted somebody that had improv and stand-up experience, because something about like Nick Cannon wanted to take the cast, in the off season on tour to do stand-up, and I was like, well, I don't do stand-up. That's fucked up. Like I can't be on this show because I don't do stand-up, and that was it. That for some reason it just pissed me off that I couldn't get on the show because I didn't do stand-up comedy. And I started talking to a friend that I knew. There's an actor who passed away. His name's Sam Nicotero. He's from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
His son is Frank Nicotero. He's a pretty well-known comic. He's in L.A. now. He's done warm-up for tons of shows. He's hosted some shows. X Factor, America's Got Talent. He's a warm-up comic. And his cousin is Greg Nicotero, director, master of special effects. All
Walking
that
Dead.
Yeah, right. So Frank, I knew him through his dad. His dad was in our movie Captain Blast, a longtime actor friend. And so I said, Frank, I want to do stand-up comedy. How do I do this? So I was emailing him back and forth. And then Frank Nicotero came home over the holidays in Pittsburgh and said, hey, man, I'm home over the holidays. Do you want to come open for me and do a set? And I was like, dude, I've never done stand-up. Huh. He's like, oh, yeah, you're funny. Don't worry about it. You can come do it. And I went and did 5 minutes, and they invited me back next week to do 5 minutes. And then I was featuring at the Improv in like 7 months.
Wow.
That was it.
Wow.
That was it.
That's awesome.
Like, that's just... I took time off, actually. So when I first did stand-up 2 weeks in a row, I just stopped.
Yeah.
I didn't do stand-up for about like 6 months, because I got 2 like movies, my first 2 big films right away. It was an ABC Family movie, and then I was in the movie Warrior with Tom Hardy.
Love that movie.
Yeah, and well, I got cut from it completely, so that's a whole nother fucking
shit.
Oh yeah, I filmed 37 days.
Wow.
Learned Russian, buzzed my head, lifted every day with Kurt Angle, and then got cut from the movie completely. I played Kurt Angle's Russian manager. I learned Russian, everything. Yeah, that's when Kurt Angle was actually supposed to be a huge character. He was like the Fedor Russian character, and then they changed it to brothers. They edited it differently to make the movie more about the brothers because of the movie Fighter.
Okay.
They tried to make it more like the movie Fighter, and they cut out the whole Russian thing. So, when Kurt Angle's in L.A. at the premiere, he texts me like, hey, man, we're not in the movie, so fuck us. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, so anyway, that's the long story short about that movie. So I kind of had to take like 6 months. I was filming movies, and then I went right back into stand-up, and then went to the Improv, and then they were like, hey, you want to feature? Because I started going to open mics so much, because that's when the Improv had an open mic every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because there was no other open mics. And so I would go every week and just do a different 5 minutes every week for like, 2-3 months straight. And they're like, yeah, you definitely got 20 minutes. You want to feature? And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And that was it. I didn't stop. I mean, because, for so many years I was doing sketch and improv, and, it was all about having different people around you, and you got to, coordinate schedules and shit. You guys know you have 170 people on a radio show. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you got to coordinate all that shit. And when I found out stand-up was all me, that was very enticing.
Yeah.
I was like, I only got to worry about fucking me. Like, I got to worry about my schedule. I don't got to worry about asking who can film today, who can write, who can rehearse. Sketch and improv is so much different. With stand-up, I just write jokes and I go up by myself. Yeah. And part of that, too, by yourself is a little addicting. Yeah. You get up there, you make 350 people laugh at the Improv. You're like, oh, shit, this feels good.
I know.
Tap my arm one more time. This feels good.
I've never done the stand-up thing, but from being on the radio and, like when people hear it, or when I was on 100.7 and B94, and like we'd get big hits, and I was in the world record book, and America's Got Talent called, and, it's like you just want more. It's like
you get you get any kind of tension. That shit feels good, especially when you're by yourself on stage and you're watching hundreds of people laugh at you. Look, I had a rough childhood. I don't have a dad. My inner child was broken. I need attention. This shit felt good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this was my outlet. And if anybody ever says, like, why do you do stand-up? It's like, it's because you're selfish. It's because you like the attention. You love attention. Of course I fucking love attention. It feels great. You know what I mean? So, and you just got addicted to it. And then when I found out, I've always kind of been like, entrepreneurial minded. You know what I mean? And I found out like I could make a couple bucks doing stand-up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. And then I thought, okay, I just had a baby. Yeah, I started stand-up right when my wife and I had our first child, which is genius, fucking genius. And I was like, I got to make money doing this if I want to keep doing this. And I was like, how do I do it? And it was like, get better. And I was like, okay. So I did stand-up as much as I possibly could. And in my first year of stand-up, I started 2 open mics immediately, just so I could get on stage more.
Right.
I started my own mic so I could
practice. Weren't you doing it at the P Bar in Pleasant Hills?
I still, no, I'm at the Pleasure Bar. It's different.
Oh.
I know the P Bar, $Great Burgers.
Okay.
But no,
I knew it was like one of those bars over there.
The Pleasure Bar in Bloomfield.
Okay.
Right now, it's the longest running independent show in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
We've been running over 5 years. Yeah, I still host it when I'm home on Monday nights.
Okay, it's Monday nights.
Yeah, Pleasure Bar in Bloomfield on Liberty Avenue. And, I turned one of the little dining rooms into it looks like a little New York comedy club. Candles.
Awesome.
Little, it's a cool little intimate space. It fits like 30, 40 people. It's a great little spot for stand-up every Monday at 9 o'clock in Bloomfield. Yeah.
Wow.
But I started that Monday night show actually in like Bethel Park, and then I ended up at Pleasure Bar in Bloomfield, and then on Wednesdays, which I think that just had their 5-year anniversary as well. I started Beer Hive open mic in the Strip, and now recently kind of turned it over to Matt Light and Colin Chamberlain. Now those guys kind of run that show that I started because I couldn't run all these shows and then also tour around the country. So. But that's how that worked. That's what I just didn't stop.
Awesome.
I just didn't stop. That's kind of how I started stand up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I hate to cut you off.
Yeah.
We got a call on the line.
I love it.
You gonna stick around with us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just real quick, your social media and how people can find you and follow you.
It's just Aaron Klieber. If you know how to spell that, you can look it up, or if it's typed onto the podcast. My name is very confusing, but you could just look up growndadbusiness.com as well.
Okay, and that's their podcast and everything.
Grown Dad Business kind of leads to everything as well, all my social media and shit like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we got to go to the phone lines. On the phone lines right now.
Oh, shit.
We got a good friend. Jorge, are you there?
Zing! Pow!
Oh!
It's been a long time, brother.
It's been a long time, man. How you been?
I'm doing pretty good so far. How about you guys down in Pittsburgh?
We're doing great, man. We're getting ready for the Steelers season. We miss having you up here. Where you at now, Florida?
Yeah, I've been in here in Florida approximately 2 years. A little over 2 years.
I love it. You come right out of the gate with my favorite, Zing Pow.
We're friends on Facebook, man. Looks like he's enjoying life, man.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Well, you know how it is. Coming up here, you got to represent the city of Pittsburgh.
Well,
so you
a lot of people are hearing you right now, and anybody you want to say hi to?
Well, I know. I just want to hi to everyone in Pittsburgh, and I'm sorry to have to leave, but of course, we always seem to seek for something, a little more, to your suit you what you like. But this is the weather that I love, and
yeah,
this is so beautiful to me. I miss all my friends, all my family, but I always come back up there.
Now you have to, next time you come in, you have to hit us up. We'll bring you in studio.
Definitely.
Absolutely, man.
Now, are you ready for football season? I know you're a big football guy. You're friends with Hines Ward and Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, it's you know what, coming down this way, it's a little different. You in Pittsburgh, you follow the team constantly because you're there, but it's totally different down here. It's different. I don't get too much to see about the Steelers unless I go on the internet. But my working days are limited as well. So, but no, I'm still miss the Steelers, and I want them to do the best they can. Of course, even though we miss some of the good old Steelers.
Yeah.
Well, if they can hire them back, as some of them, we can probably go as far as we wanted to go.
Yeah, man. Can we get any predictions from you?
My predictions right now, I don't have anything right now at this moment. I'm not following the Steelers the way I should, even though I'm a fanatic. But right now, really, I just want them to do the best
Yeah.
You know, and I stay away from all that good from all that good shit.
Yeah.
You know, and if they're gonna do it, don't do it in you know, in public. Do it whenever you think you're far away from it, because you know, when you're popular and as the Steelers are, you know, you're liable to get for any bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Jorge, our
I'll tell you, man, we
Ecuadorian
miss
friend,
you.
man. Yeah, you're missed. Dude, there was one time we got a comedian in the studio with us. His name is Aaron Klieber. Jorge, you can say hi to him if you want. Say hi. Jorge.
Hey, what's up, brother man? What's up, brother man? I'm over here, man, in this city. You know, missing this city of Pittsburgh. You know, like we all do.
I know, Jorge. I will say I do miss you on the radio. I used to laugh my ass off. I remember that, and I miss you as well, sir. I just want to let you know.
Well, thank you as well. I miss the city of Pittsburgh. Next time I go back, I'm gonna sure I hit Double D.
Yeah, hit us up and come in studio. We'll do some of that crazy stuff we used to do.
Yeah, no problem, man. That's a plus, definitely. Oh shit.
What?
Oh shit.
You all right?
Oh man, no, I'm not okay. I just passed some of my dog shit I forgot to pick up. Oh shit.
Well, we'll let you clean that dog shit up.
And you know what? The heat really burned the shit out of the shit.
Florida heat crushes that. It does.
Damn.
Like a cookie oven.
Pretty human, huh?
This motherfucker. Damn. You know, right here where Levi, right? It's supposed to be grass, but it's all sand down here, and you cannot camouflage shit on the sand.
And you still stepped in it, huh?
Yeah, this is fucked up. Sorry about my language.
Hey, we say anything here. You know how we roll.
Show, sir.
This is really fucked up. Damn, I wish you could have some of this picking up this shit. Damn, it's more.
You gonna make s'mores with the dog shit?
So what you're saying is you got moist toes.
See, I got two dogs, and they eat sometimes. Sometimes they don't eat. But when they eat, they shit the crap out of it, man. I think my prediction is going to be
shitty. Okay. Well, Jorge, we're going to wrap it up with you. We appreciate you calling in, as always. Any last words before we let you go?
Hello?
Yeah, is there any last words before we let you go, buddy?
No, man, I just want everybody to say hi over there in Pittsburgh, you know, and all your Pittsburgh fans. Make sure you keep listening to Double D, because he got this shit going on, and everybody come around
the sounder right there.
You know, yeah, that's it, man. Thank you for bringing the city of Pittsburgh live, bro.
All right, Jorge, don't be a stranger, okay?
Oh, of course.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. I think we lost him.
I think he was already gone.
Oh man, I step in this shit. Dude, he's so funny.
What the fuck?
Well,
oh man.
I love that he, like, a lot of people in Pittsburgh don't realize what it's like to have a crazy, like, Latino uncle, and he let us all, like, be our Latino uncle for years. And it's so funny because, you know, I have friends from down south and California, and, you know, that's something that we don't get is funny Latinos a lot in Pittsburgh, and he's a funny fucking dude, man. I remember cracking up so hard at the shit he would do.
Well, you know, when he was on Kiss, he would do the hot mom check-in.
Oh my God, that's still, I'm sorry, Big Bob and Mikey, that's still the funniest thing they've ever done on the radio, and they haven't surpassed it yet.
Yeah.
Them three doing hot mom check-in, I remember pissing my pants laughing.
yes,
And
yes.
the when he left there, he was working at Star with me, and then he was doing our old show called The Village Idiots.
Yeah.
And we couldn't rip it off completely.
Sure.
So we would do the holler back.
Oh, yeah,
And
I do. Yeah, that's
we
right.
did something called the holler back, and it was people would leave messages on our voicemail, and then he would say like random stuff. He'd be like back titty motorboat and choo 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 choo.
Do you got a TBT moment?
It's a man train, and Vinny's the conductor.
Oh my God.
But
See, I'm starting to get angry again.
all right.
Do we get a TBT moment?
We got to take a. We're gonna take a break. But before we take our break, like I explained earlier, it's Sunday. We're broadcasting live. Aaron Klieber's here. But for all intents and purposes, this is the Friday podcast.
We're at the Brookline
What's
Pub.
going on? Thank God it's Friday.
Now.
Motherfucker.
Let's go back in time. It's Flashback Friday.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's Flashback Friday, TJ.
Motherfucker.
Well,
Motherfucker.
I found an old clip of us doing a live show at the Boulevard Lounge down the street from 734 Brookline Boulevard. And it was a drunk lady. Now, at the time, we were on Test on Me Tuesday on B94 featuring the Village Idiots on Buckhead and Bubba.
Yeah.
And we would do, like, stupid stuff every Tuesday. And so when we would get booked to do appearances and live shows, we would take the B94 banner and hang it up and all this and that. And this drunk lady was convinced that the Village Idiots were, which is now the Double D Show, were the Freak Show. We're Mikey and Bob.
I see.
So here's this for Flashback Friday. We'll take the break and then we'll come back.
Oh shit, we're getting it.
Yeah, get a round of applause for Lynn, everybody. All right, Lynn, good job. One more time, what's your favorite? Yay, Lynn. One more time, what's your favorite station, Lynn?
96.1 Free Show.
Yeah! Mikey loves you.
He's lit.
I love Mikey.
You're officially an asshole. Thanks for playing, Lynn. Oh, yeah? Your new grandma? Congratulations. From the Freak Show. I'll tell you tomorrow on the air. Listen.
We were so drunk, I think.
I was hammered. I think we were trying to autograph at the end, and I could barely write my name. They kept on giving us booze.
You don't look like a grandma now.
Yes, she does.
Mud's in the back. Yes, she does.
You said.
What do I even say? Lynn's a grandma. Wow. New grandma. Congratulations. Congratulations, Lynn.
17.
Every time.
Christopher.
You are
the Free Show.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Lynn. Come on up, Megan. To me. Close to you. Yeah.
The Freak Show? Your mic just went out?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fired.
Wow, that's good.
Oh, look how excited Vinny got.
He's
my show now, bitch.
I think am I back? Am I
No,
back?
no,
I'm
no,
back.
no,
I'm
no,
back.
you're not back. You're not back.
I
It's
think
Vinny the Villain. We're on the TOD show.
Vinny the Villain
Fuck him.
Thanks, Vinny. All right, we're going to take our first break. Wow. We're going to take our break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a blogger that's going to live stream her cosmetic surgery, a woman born with no vagina, a fidget spinner stuck in a tough place, and a what else are we going to talk about? Would you let a gumball machine pick your tattoo?
No.
There's a place in Texas doing that, and a restaurant offers a discount for your cup size. That and so much more. It's the Double D Show. We're hanging out with Aaron Klieber. We're broadcasting live from our Idiot Radio studios inside the Brookline Pub, 734 Brookline Boulevard. We'll be back. We'll be back right after this.
We're coming back.
For all your heating and cooling needs, service, and installation, contact our friends at Complete Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. 412-513-3001. Doesn't your family deserve complete comfort?
Does your dog or cat need some much-needed attention and pampering? Money Paws, full grooming salon for dogs and cats, featuring full-service dog and cat grooming, bath and brush, haircuts, nails, ears, teeth, and rear-end cleanup, all done with extra love and attention. It's Money Paws. Schedule an appointment today at 412-207-8250.
Hey, it's TOD from the Double D Show. I just wanted to take a quick second and tell you about our new friends at Pizza and Gyro Express in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. The other day I stopped in there for lunch and had the most amazing gyro hoagie and Turner's tea. It doesn't get any better than that. Plus the sandwich was huge. I almost didn't finish it. Besides their amazing pizza and gyros, they also feature a lunch buffet and a drink every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for just $10. Go visit our friends at Pizza and Gyro Express, 801 O'Neill Boulevard in McKeesport, PA.
Let loose at the hottest new after-hours club northeast of Pittsburgh. Exposure Gentlemen's Club, 288 Clearfield Pike, Katanning, PA. Enjoy complimentary drinks and our beautiful dancers every Tuesday through Saturday, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Admission is just $20 until 2 a.m. and $25 from 2 a.m. to close. VIP and champagne rooms available. For more details, go to clubexposure.com. Come by yourself or with a group and have the night out you deserve.
We're back on a Friday. Vinny, where you going, buddy? It's Friday, bitches. We lost TJ.
I got you.
Aaron Klieber got me. He got my back. No?
We're going to start this shit again?
All right. We're going to move on, Vinny. Before we went to break, I was telling you about this tattoo shop in Texas. It's called Elm Street Tattoos. And they offer this feature where you pay $100, and they have like an old school like gumball machine, and it has the little plastic containers like you're when you're a kid, the little bubble or egg or whatever, and you put a quarter in, and it comes out. Well, for $100, you buy this penny or whatever to put into the machine, and the thing comes out, and it's a their choice. Whatever comes out is going to be your tattoo. And they're saying it costs $100, and it's multiple choices of classic designs. So I don't know what they throw in there. I don't know what they're considering classic, but it was a cool read, a big trend this week, which I thought was pretty cool. TJ, would you go to a gumball machine and let the gumball machine pick your next tattoo?
Absolutely.
You would. See,
Would you go for it?
I go for it.
I can't do that.
Do you have any tattoos, Aaron?
Nah.
No, I don't either.
I remember years and years ago when I started, I wanted to be an actor. People were like, if you want to be an actor, don't get tattoos.
Yeah, because they can put them on, but they can't take them off.
Yeah, and then I planned on, I never did, and I even had tattoos drawn. I wanted to get 2 half sleeves.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll be an actor and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, I should have got fucking tattoos. Now I don't have them, and now I'm grown up with kids. I'm like, whatever.
I'd rather buy Jordans.
I'm good. Yeah, 100%. Yes, absolutely.
My fiance has 16 of them.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I have none. Yeah.
You should at least get one.
Everybody always thinks I will. When I get married, I'm going to get the ring.
Yeah.
That's not a tattoo, son.
Okay.
Get you one that you want. Not a ring.
I don't want any. Like when I was a kid, I wanted really dumb stuff. I wanted to look like a Wolverine, scratching my ribs out. I wanted to look like my head was cut open, brains were coming out. I wanted
Maybe it's better you didn't get any tattoos.
The Jordan,
you're right.
I wanted to get the Jordan symbol as a tramp stamp.
Dude, I want to
just get Kid Chris's tattoo on your back.
I wanted to get like horror figures on my arm. Oh yeah, I wanted to get like the Universal monsters and like Jason.
Oh, that'd been cool.
And yeah. I wanted to get all that, and then I was like, whatever.
The girl from Ink Masters is what's
her name? She's right next door.
Yeah.
She finished second on Ink Masters that first season.
You know who would do that is I don't know if you guys know comedian Shannon Norman, my friend. Holler at Shannon Norman. He's covered in this really dumb tattoos. He has.
He would do that.
Oh, 100%. Actually, I can't wait to tell him about this because he'll be like, I can't wait to. And it's in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll do it.
I think it's in Dallas.
Yeah, he'll do it. Absolutely. He has nyuk tattooed on his stomach. he has a rubber chicken on his arm.
Oh, that's
he's got another tattoo. One of the funniest things I've ever seen. His mom. I guess his mom said something about him getting stupid tattoos, and I guess his grandmother died or something, and she said, why don't you get a tattoo for your grandmother or any other dead relatives? Like, why don't you do that? Like, why wouldn't you get a tattoo for a family member? So he got a Sacred Heart with a banner on it that says dead relatives.
Is he also a comedian?
Real funny comic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
He'd come on the show. He'd be a fun guest.
Does he live here in Pittsburgh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he did spots on the Jim Crenn show when I did that, and he's done all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Did you say Jim Crenn?
I did.
This is Jim Crenn. Listen to the Double D Show and Idiot Radio. I love these guys.
Boom. That's right. You guys just had him recently.
Yeah, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah. No, Shannon's
Did
really
you
funny.
say Jim Crow?
That is really funny.
Sarah Miller's the girl who has the shop down the road, and
Yeah.
she's on Ink Masters and TV and stuff.
Yeah.
So she's actually coming in a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Nice.
Maybe we'll talk her into giving me a tattoo or
So,
something.
Dad, I got to talk to her about a tattoo I wanted to get for my son anyways.
I'm just blown by the production we have on this show.
Yeah, we're producers. Great.
This is crazy.
I do what I can.
Now check.
Wow.
Check this out. There's a Chinese restaurant in China. Imagine that. So in China, it's
Chinese
just called
in
a
China.
restaurant. It's just called a restaurant. It's a Chinese restaurant here, but in China, it's just called a restaurant.
I bet you a Chinese restaurant like here is probably way different than actual Chinese food.
Like Mexican food too is way different.
Right.
So they're offering this great promotion, and we should do this here at the Brookline. Maybe we'll talk to Leo and Brent, and we'll see if we can do this here at the Brookline Pub.
Okay, elaborate.
The larger the breasts, the bigger the discount. This controversial promotion at a restaurant in China offered this month. The eatery was called the Trendy Shrimp. I wonder what that translates to. Trendy Shrimp, which is located in a mall in a city in China.
You're not even going to try to say that
I wasn't
name.
even going to try to say it. I'm learning. The unusual discount was on a poster placed outside the restaurant. According to the poster, women of all bra sizes would get some kind of discount at the eatery. Through the percentage varied significantly. Women who wore an A-cup bra would get a 5% discount, and it went all the way up to women that had a G-cup bra, and they would get a 65% discount, even though it caused a large amount of backlash from the community at the Trendy Shrimp.
No.
They had a 20% increase in business.
See, but that's
Wow.
but they
I
weren't.
wonder, man titties.
But in
on
China,
that,
we would get discounts.
I
We
would get
definitely
a
get
good
discounts.
discount. I'd probably get a
But
40% discount.
It's in China. How big do the bra sizes go in China?
Bro.
Honestly, to tell you the
I
truth.
don't know about Chinese breasts, but
Yeah,
I also see this as like the most genius, creepiest way for a Chinese restaurant owner to see boobs.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he works so much at this restaurant that he can't go anywhere else or meet another lady, so he just gets boobs to come to his restaurant. It's genius and creepy as shit.
Look, if we get the bartender, we could all eat for free.
That'd be ass size, though.
Well, the people in Portugal can't
Oh,
see the
Jesus
bartender,
Christ.
Vinny, but
No, I'm just saying,
she
you
has
know.
voluptuous.
Did you see that?
She's a very beautiful woman, right? Is that what you're saying?
She got a nice body.
Nice body. You know, I could chop that head off.
All right.
What?
So we were talking about boobs, right? So this
I don't know. I don't know what Vinny's into.
I don't
This
know.
is,
Did you see?
we don't want to know. Sometimes.
Did you see her ass, man? That's ground
All right.
round, man.
I did not. I did not.
100%
I did
ground
not.
round, son.
I looked her in the eyes and met her like a real human being.
Did you see her makeup? Her makeup was creepy.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Her makeup is creepy.
Okay.
Okay, back to the show.
Moment
Jim
of awkward silence. Hold on. All right, now back to the show.
Hi, I'm Jim Crennan. I like these fellas.
Here, this next segment's brought to you by our sponsor for a nice sweaty day here at the Double D Show.
Oh,
Do your nuts smell like taco cheese? Does your ass feel like you just took a dip in the nearest Garrett, Indiana bayou? Well, try Swamp Ass Deodorant Spray. Just spray it on all your sticky, swampy areas like your cheesy nuts or that nasty swamp ass. It won't take away that drippy nut feeling or make that chapped ass go away, but it will cover up that hot garbage smell that only lingers in a hard-working man's pants.
Now available at Walgreens. All right. So Ashley Devana, a beauty and lifestyle video blogger. I guess that would be a vlogger, not a video blogger. That's the new term, Vinny.
Okay.
Get up this.
You need Snickers, right?
I haven't eaten a Snickers in 7 weeks. She decided to get breast augmentation surgery, and she's doing it on a live stream on her vlog.
Ugh.
The Texas-based vlogger announced she would be live streaming the procedure with the consent of her plastic surgeon, Dr. Khan, who is a board-certified plastic surgeon in Dallas.
So she's just getting her boob job live streamed.
Yeah.
There's That's
anything
gross.
to get hits.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's some maybe educational value if you want to know how that's done, but
no.
It's all for the likes, really. I think you're right.
You
It's all
said
about
what's
the
the
likes.
guy's name?
It's a woman.
Or what's her name?
Ashley Divana.
Devana. She's a
no,
beauty
the doctor.
blogger.
Oh, Dr. Khan.
Dr. Khan.
The Wrath
You know
of
what?
Khan.
Dr. Khan was my knee surgeon when I blew my knee out.
Oh, well, now he's doing boobs.
Jefferson.
I thought it was giving shock treatment to Rambo. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? That's terrible.
So surgeons were forced to operate on a 33-year-old man from South Carolina to remove a fidget spinner after it
God.
became stuck during an attempt to pleasure himself. The unnamed man discovered the fidget spinner from his younger cousin and one night was playing with it while lying in bed, and he decided to spin the spinner around his anus to tickle it for satisfaction, but he didn't get out of it what he was expecting, so he decided to stick it up his butt. It got so far up there that it was stuck.
Oh God!
He's gonna throw up.
Oh my God!
Aaron's gonna throw up. We lost
Like-
Aaron.
Like, bro, look around your goddamn house. There is like 100 other things you could put in your ass. That don't. Look at a fidget spinner. That don't fit.
Imagine going to the ER and like.
Why don't he just be traditional and get a gerbil?
That's traditional. Vinny is a
I don't
Vinny
know
is a
what it is.
Oh.
perplexing fella.
Look, see, I'm
I
going to tell
mean,
you something.
get a Sharpie. Okay, I'm not going to name items, but holy hell, that's disgusting.
Look, I used to work for a linen company. So when I delivered, I hear all these stories about gerbils.
Oh my
and shit.
God.
Crazy.
Oh
crazy.
my God.
But why would you a fidget spinner?
That doesn't even make sense. Like, how does it? I'm trying to figure out. Like, what was?
How'd you get it in your ass?
Yeah. What? Oh, what? Like,
Well,
what?
he got it so far up there apparently,
Oh, come
and
on.
I'm curious. Like, did he
doesn't
just
make
use the one wheel side, or
Yeah.
did he like have like two sides in, or was it the whole thing?
Was it
in?
the whole thing?
Look.
Oh my God.
we just that's one of the guests that's never coming back.
There's a couple details of the story too. Is number one, how old was he?
In his 30s, 33.
So this 33-year-old man, okay. Then he stole a fidget spinner off his cousin.
Yeah.
Like he saw his child cousin and was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna steal that and put it in my butt. Like this, who is this dude? Like,
No,
Well, it
he was like, I'm totally done with gerbils, man. I'm totally done with them.
Vinny's
I'm totally-
obsessed with
no more
gerbils
gerbils.
lately. What
These
are
are
you doing
gerbils.
when you're not on the
I'm gonna
show,
get this
Vinny?
fidget spinner up my ass.
this dude, this is one of those dudes we can get rid of. Like we can just throw him on an
Yeah.
island.
Let him go, like take care of
what
ISIS.
the
If he makes it back, cool. We'll give him
Yeah.
a whole box
Exactly.
of fidget
You can
spinners.
just-
If not, no loss.
But there's more like him.
But he
Oh,
apparently was so far up his ass that that they used lube. They used 3 different kinds of lube to get it out,
Oh my
and they
God.
couldn't, so they had it surgically removed.
3 different kinds of lube. What? Cinnamon,
Yeah, like I thought there's like one kind of
hot
like
warming lube. I thought lube was lube. Or are they talking about like
WD-40.
Crisco? We
Yes.
tried mayonnaise. We've tried Crisco.
We tried engine oil.
Yeah.
We had salad tongs.
We've tried 10W30.
You want some butt sex? You want a minute? But not tonight.
just looking at Aaron's face every time you play it. God, it's ridiculous.
You want my poopa? You want to pound it? But it feels like I'm gonna shit on your dick.
So I was telling you about the lady who doesn't have a vagina.
Yeah, that's a no vagina.
I
She's
mean-
a Barbie doll, literally Barbie doll.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I mean, that kind of. I mean, if I was a woman, that'd actually be pretty. Like, you know, you just get hit on and be like, "So sorry, can't help you. I don't know. I don't know what you want to talk to me for."
She didn't say
really
she
good
didn't
at
have a
mouth.
bum.
Yeah.
She She didn't say she didn't have a bum hole.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
She better be really good at mouth hugs.
Yeah.
Oh my
Twist
God.
up and down his shaft and suck the head at the same time.
It's making me dizzy. What the hell is that?
That's grapefruiting.
That's the grapefruiting.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
if I heard somebody's giving me a
I don't even know
blowjob
this
and it sounded like that,
No, thanks.
my dick will limp real fast.
Well, here's I've never been with a girl that made that kind of sound.
No, thanks. Yeah.
I've never even been with a girl that gagged doing that.
Oh, my God.
She flosses her teeth. My fiance. That's how she gets her weekly flossing.
Oh, my God. You should believe in yourself. You know that? You should have more self-respect.
Here, come on, babe. It's time to floss. All right,
I guess that's how you keep them.
We're going to talk about the little no vagina lady now.
Are we sure we want to talk about
18 when I discovered I had MRKH. When I didn't get my period, but my 12-year-old sister did, we decided to go to a gynecologist where they did an ultrasound and discovered I didn't have a uterus or a cervix and vaginal opening, and that I wouldn't be able to carry my own children.
It was disbelief. It was a feeling of what happened? Why doesn't she have a uterus?
Seeing how my mom reacted, it made me sad that I wasn't able to provide grandchildren for her one day.
Even though you didn't have any control over it, you just feel just awful, helpless that you can't do anything to bring it back, to fix your condition. It's really hard.
You're such an asshole.
It makes me feel less of a woman because I can't do what women are supposed to do. They're supposed to be able to carry children and create a family and have an intimate relationship, and I can't provide that. The next step now is to have reconstructive surgery to create a vaginal opening so that I'll be able to have an intimate relationship with my future
They're going to open up the meat
husband
curtains.
or boyfriend.
No.
Is it just like a cut?
Aaron's
is it a
like,
slice?
what is going
Oh,
on?
I'm like super intrigued. I'm like, what is the science behind this?
Well,
Like,
what I want to know
Why
is
she waited
18 years and now you're 18, you figure out you don't have a vagina?
Yeah, how would you not know?
Like,
also, hold on a second.
Where
Also,
does the
like,
pee go?
I don't want to get all weird, but like,
Oh, it's okay. We
like,
do.
like she has like a mom, right?
Yeah.
Like when you like wash your kids and change your
Right.
kids, like your mom didn't notice that.
well, she said it wasn't
There
the
was-
opening wasn't there. So she probably, I think she had all the equipment,
does she
but the
pee
opening,
at, though?
it's a urethra. It's a whole different thing than your
yeah, I
vaginal
think-
like
I
a
think-
gynecologist.
Yeah, I think we need to school you first.
Yeah, we need to show
how things work.
That's why I'm a failure.
Yeah, but like what?
Sex
But,
failure.
now I'm like really getting deep on this. Like I'm thinking like, well, then maybe is that like someone born trans? Like
That's what I was thinking too.
There's something like that going on.
Like they had the option between a boy and a girl, and they chose girl. Look at because some people get born, like some people are coming out with both parts.
Yeah,
and
like,
sometimes they'll take care of that.
maybe she just wasn't born with. You know what I mean? Like there's something.
don't
I think
know.
there's something there. Holy moly! Now, yeah, I'm sorry to being so intrigued by the science of it. I'm like, whoa, what? How does that work?
She's like, I'm gonna get they're gonna cut the vaginal wall open so I can get some dick.
Oh my god!
So I can be intimate.
Yeah,
It's
that's
funny too, 'cause
exactly
she's
how
like,
she said it.
She's like, I need to get this. I need to make this happen to give my mom grandbabies. Like, wow. Like you know how some ladies.
She can't because she doesn't have. Now
Right.
she just wants to have sex because she can't because she doesn't have a uterus.
Wait, is this the same girl that wants to crowdfund?
She wants to crowdfund it right
Oh,
because
boy.
it was only the surgery was $15,000 to have sex for the rest of your life is a small price to pay. And
Yeah, I'd get a
she's
loan.
bitching because
She started getting plowed in the
I
asshole.
mean,
That's what
you
it
could
is.
buy a Chevy Cobalt for that much.
I mean, here's where crowdsourcing goes wrong. Like, what? You want people to
all right,
pay?
I'm not saying this for me, but if I'm crowdsourcing for this vagina, if I'm investing in her vagina, I want to crack at it. I want first crack. I'll invest. You give me a shot. You know what I mean?
Is that
I
a
gotta take the
loophole to
virginity.
prostitution?
That's
Is
one
that-
of the
could be a
incentives
loophole to
that you
prostitution.
get.
I believe
Right?
so. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But you playing the crybaby over it. Such
Wow.
a dick. Chick was pouring her
He's a
heart
nice
out.
guy. He's a nice guy. Wow, that's fascinating.
It's like,
You're gonna cut my.
well, I didn't realize until I was 18 that I didn't have a vagina.
There's
my
like,
sister
like
got
what
her
kind of mom are you? Like
period before me.
you're a woman. You went through the same thing. The exact same thing your daughter's going to go through, and she isn't complaining about cramps and bleeding by the time she's 18. You don't think anything's wrong?
Yeah, how did her mom not know?
I don't know.
Like, how was she 16 years old and goes to the doctors?
Right.
And the doctor's like, so, have you had
don't you
your
get-
monthly visitor yet? And you're like,
Don't you
no,
get checked
I don't
under
have
the hood by a
vagina."
certain age?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even
I
wait a
don't-
second. Even when you're kids,
Right, yeah.
when you're a kid, I mean, the doctor. I mean, I have kids. Like, they check everything, make
they
sure
move
everything's
the
okay.
dick around the balls, and
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What the hell happened? What?
Somebody failed. She needs
Somebody
a new doctor.
messed up.
she needs a new doctor, new mom.
Is this like somebody that lives way out in the cut? Like, is this the doctor also run the video store and the general store? Like, what kind of doctor is this?
he's the doctor / you can rent.
He's the doctor, the
Logan.
pastor.
You can rent Logan.
Yeah.
You can rent Logan from his
Oh, and by the way, after your vaginal exam, you owe me 50 cents for a return fee on Logan. Like, what is that?
She's like,
Yeah, now I'm questioning this whole story. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? What's the real story?
who failed here?
Yeah, something's messed up.
Who's on heroin? No.
It's probably a story for a woman who wants to be for a guy who wants to be trans, and now they're just getting the money for the surgery.
They're just spinning it down. I don't know.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
That's an interesting story. Wow. Great. Now I'm going to be Googling weird things. And,
That's what happens. when
I
you come
know.
on
Wait
the
a
show.
second.
I gotta pay $15,000, and I just graduated school, and I can't afford that. And the mom's like, yeah, well, they give you money for Viagra and vasectomies on your insurance, but you can't. This girl needs this. So yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know about it. I mean, I think she's just really tired of getting plowed in the ass.
Is that what you think it
That's
is?
what it is. Like, she's
okay.
like, I knew I didn't have it, but I really didn't worry about it.
I got you.
She wants to give grandchildren to her mother.
She can't.
She can adopt.
She can adopt.
Right.
Yeah.
She can adopt.
Right.
Wow.
Well, let's.
No.
What do you think? You're gonna wrap this up?
We can wrap it up. Yeah. I mean, it's almost Steeler time.
Right. That's a good reason to end the show.
Thanks for bringing me down into this intellectual cesspool.
This is the most intellectual show. The guys aren't
Like,
here.
whoa.
It's like weird. Like I don't know.
Todd's over there scratching.
This was probably the most we've talked without talking about farts and balls and
Yeah.
I apologize, guys.
No,
it's
hey,
weird.
it's different. It's different's good.
The guy's not here. It's weird.
Kind of like when you get your first new vagina.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. We got to meet, and hopefully we see a lot more of you. I want to come out to more shows. So,
Yeah, man.
So please keep us in the loop. Share to us.
Hey,
if you got something big, call us.
Yeah, I'm always
For
hanging
sure.
out. You know, if I'm not there on Mondays at the Pleasure Bar in Bloomfield, 9:00. That's the Comedy Sauce show.
Okay.
And other than that, I do a monthly show at Arcade Comedy Theater called the Stand Up Get Down. It's a stand-up comedy game show.
Oh,
and
nice.
Mike Sassen's been on. A lot of guests you probably had, comedians have been on it.
Right.
And Jason Clark and I, that we do the Grown Dad Business podcast. We
Okay.
also host this Stand Up Get Down comedy game
And
show.
how often do you do that? That's a weekly or a month?
The show, the podcast. Podcast is weekly. Yeah, we try.
Well, if you're
we
ever
stick
looking
with
for a
weekly.
home for that, you can.
Sure, man.
You
I
can try
totally
to
understand.
sell some sponsors for
Yeah,
it
dude.
and put it on the stream.
Always be
and
closing, bro.
On demand and
Always.
stuff. We can,
Building,
we can
building,
maybe
building.
I love it.
Make something happen with that if you're really interested.
I love it.
Aaron, awesome.
No,
Great
guys,
guest.
thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you for coming in. It's huge success. I mean, you're already
Hey, man.
doing it, and there's bigger things coming.
I appreciate it,
know.
man. I do got some things happening, and I'll talk about them when I can. But nah, man, I'm excited to just do what I love and make a living, and
Anything acting wise coming up?
you never know, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I go to auditions all the time. I do things like that, so you never know what's going to happen.
Were
you know what I
you
mean?
in the one lottery commercial?
Yeah, I've done about 9 or 10 lottery commercials. I played mostly people know Grover Cleveland. I played
Right.
Grover Cleveland. Yeah,
That's the one.
most of the time I'm just like some fat idiot dad or Grover Cleveland. That's the lottery commercial.
If you ever need an extra for one of your
dude,
movies.
stunt double. I do my own stunts, so
Yeah,
sorry about that. Yeah.
That's all right. I
Look what
don't do
happened to
stunts.
Tom Cruise. You might need a guy. All right. Follow him on
At Aaron
Facebook,
Klieber,
Instagram,
everywhere.
Aaron Klieber,
Yeah.
and Grown Dad Business.
Yeah.
And
It's the portal to everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
us. We got our tailgate party coming up for the Steelers on
September
the
30th. We have Matt Wolfhart.
Well, the 17th is the tailgate party.
Uh-huh.
Let's finish that.
Okay.
I want more details when we come back from our break. We're taking next week off. So don't come to me next week bitching, where's the podcast? Where's the show? You're just going to listen to Aaron Klieber for 2 weeks, and you're going to like it.
I love it.
That's it. You got to do.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that, the tailgate party. We didn't have an event in August. We usually do have one every month, but then September 30th, we have our comedy show here with headlined by Matt Wolfhart. And when we come back, we'll have the full lineup of who's going to be on the show, and also portions of the proceeds are going to go to the Brookline Teen Outreach. We're partnering up with them, and it's going to turn into a fundraiser for the Brookline Teen Outreach, which
That's
I'll
awesome.
also be teaching a podcasting class, even though somebody needs to teach me how to do one.
I have one other event that I'll be attending coming up in September as well too.
What's that?
It's called the Mutt Strut. It's for veterans with therapy dogs.
No, wait, are you wearing any rated T-shirts of that?
No, I can't.
You know, I'll plug it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm plugging it,
I'm
brother.
just kidding.
It's basically what it does. It raises money to get veterans their therapy dogs. The veteran suicide rate is 22 per day, and since they've been matching veterans with dogs, the suicide rate has been 0, and the divorce rate was at 90%. It's now down to 20%.
I just did TV in Florida with the lady right before me. She had a 3-legged dog that she kind of goes around and gets pets for veterans. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really cool how that works, man.
Is there any kind of website or anything?
Yeah, there's the website. I get the information posted on the site. I got it at work, but you can go to the Mutt Strut website. It's sponsored by a bunch of companies. I really can't get into the companies yet because I haven't had permission to say their name on the radio yet.
don't care.
But you can actually go to muttstrut.com and you can actually register. It's $22 to register your dog. It costs about $22,000 to train and do all his dog, and the veterans pay for nothing.
Can we take Tim down there on a leash?
We could take Tim down
We
on a
haven't
leash.
met Tim. He's one of our other guys.
It's at Frick Park on September 16th. But it's a great cause and something I'm very passionate about, and I'm going to have any information I can.
How much does it cost to register a dog?
$22.
We're registering Tim.
We'll register Tim.
We're putting Tim on a leash. Tim does anything pretty much.
I mean,
we had him open hand smacking him. We do
every crazy radio show got to have that guy.
He's
right?
our stunt guy. Yeah,
It's me and Tim.
Yeah, he does stuff, but
Tim takes the brunt of it. I do like the eggs.
They did like mousetrap Jenga, where we had mousetraps and they were stacking Cheez-Its on. We used to do like bum darts and
egg roulette.
Egg roulette, where you smash. Which Fallon does. So when we did it, they were like, "Oh yeah, like Jimmy Fallon." I was like, "Oh yeah, but we were doing that like 12 years ago."
What about the human pinatas for Mardi Gras? I had a big black bruise on my stomach for like 2 weeks. This dude, he obviously was a baseball player and just crushed me.
Yeah, we try not to do the crazy jackassy type stuff anymore. But like to go back to our roots, like once like we do the show in seasons. It's like we do 12 weeks on, 4 weeks off. The finale, we always have like something crazy. Like we did the pie face. Your kids have that pie face game.
Oh yeah.
We did that, and we put like nasty shit on the hand. He's gagging, just like
That's
pubes.
a good idea.
We did
Pubes and whipped shaving cream. Did he tell me anything about it? It wet my fucking mouth.
Okay, that's a great idea and also a terrible idea.
That's a good way to end the show. All right, thanks for tuning in. Aaron, thanks for coming. Don't be a stranger.
Thanks, guys.
You ready to get out of here?
I'm ready to go. I got to go home and get some bug spray and kill some spiders before the frickin' game starts.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
It's the Double D Show.